So, 4 wins from 4 at the Select Car Leasing Stadium as Reading have climbed back up to 3rd in the Championship table. And look, I think Reading made a really good account of themselves live on Sky. Listen, I don't think Stoke had too many chances in the game. Yeah, Stoke may have had more of the ball, and that's a common trend that Reading seem to have done throughout this season, is give teams more of the ball. But in my opinion, Reading were the much better of the two sides and definitely created more of the clear-cut chances. I mean, you look at the game, Stoke's real only chance where Joe Lumley was forced to make a save was their goal, and obviously it went into the back of the net, so Lumley didn't really make a save. But bar that, it was just a lot of passing around the box, and then if that didn't work, a 20-yard shot where Joe Lumley easily collected the ball. Now look, I know a lot of Stoke fans are going to be annoyed, but at the end of the day, I thought Reading were much the better side and definitely deserved to come away with the 3 points. Look, in the first half, they may have had the ball quite a bit and their passing may have been slick, but again, they did absolutely nothing with it. And in football, you need to create chances to be able to win games, and that's just not what Stoke did. I think Reading could have easily been 2-0 up in the first half. Obviously, we scored very early on. Joe Lumley with a big clearance, big kick out in this first minute, knocks it all the way up, and the Stoke goalkeeper has come out for it, and it's just bounced over his head. I don't know what he's doing. And Lucas Joao has pounced on it and has been able to put it in the back of the net on his birthday to be able to put Reading 1-0 up. And listen, I spoke about in the Reading Roundup about how I wasn't really massively into Lucas Joao starting this game, especially with a pressing style of play. But the quality that Lucas Joao brings definitely makes up for the lack of pressing that he does. And it's something that even Tom Ince said in his post-interview was, I'll do all his running for him as long as he can keep finishing like that. And Joao was able to score 2 goals in this game. But before he was able to score his second, Stoke equalised in the 40th minute. A goal from, it was Wilmot in the 40th minute from a corner. And a suspicion of a foul on Tom Holmes is what I heard in the crowd. I didn't see anything personally, but yeah, Wilmot was able to score, but in my opinion, it shouldn't have even gotten to that phase of 1-1. Reading really should have been 2-0 up. A corner came in and Tom Holmes has flicked the ball back in the box, and Shane Long has just completely shinned it and knocked it over the bar to obviously, well, keep the game at only 1-0. And when it was 1-1, I was a bit worried that Reading may be paid to rue these chances. But the second half, I think Reading definitely started to kick more into gear once again. And Tyrese Forner and Lucas Joao had some good link-up play to be able to get a penalty. Lucas Joao was fouled in the box from behind, and was able to step up and score the penalty. A very good penalty as well from Lucas Joao. Obviously, someone in the past that we've said maybe doesn't have the greatest penalty taking ability, but definitely did have a good strike on him in this game. So yeah, Joao was able to score to make it 2-1, and that's how the game stayed. We ended up winning by 2-1. Joao did have a chance to make it 3-1. A ball came into the box. It kind of deflected off a Stoke player, and maybe if it didn't get a deflection, Joao would have had an open goal to score. And yeah, I think Reading definitely were the better of the two sides. The referee, I thought, was very poor in this game. He just lost his cards. Like, Sam Hutchinson got booked in the 6th minute, and from then on had an absolutely outstanding game. The amount of interceptions and the amount of blocks, just had an absolutely outstanding game with his new blonde M&M hair. And I thought he was outstanding, but the referee had a poor game in my opinion. I mean, Stoke players were making cynical fouls left, right and centre, and consistent fouls as well, and yet they still weren't getting booked. And yet Joe Lumley tries to get the ball from the crowd and gets booked for time wasting, which makes absolutely no sense in my opinion. But again, the referee may be having a little bit of a poor one. But it's funny because obviously Alex Neil joining Stoke for the greener grasses compared to Sunderland. And maybe it isn't that case. Maybe he needs a little bit more backing from the Stoke board. Obviously, this win now takes us up to 3rd in the table. And listen, I don't expect us to be anywhere near there come October or even November. But it's nice to be there while we are. Obviously, 4 wins at home this season. And it's definitely been Fortress SCL. Once again, Club 1871 making so much noise. And they were definitely loud. Tom Ince was absolutely outstanding again. The amount of running, the amount of duels he won, the amount of tackles that man made, he was absolutely outstanding. And in the last minute, made a fantastic sliding tackle to stop a ball going down the wing. And it really just did epitomise this Reading team. It just shows how much fight that this Reading team has at the moment, and that they are willing to put their bodies on the line and really fight for everything. And I think the lack of Stoke chances really does I think it really does complement the Reading defence and how well Paul Ince has shaped them and how well that they are, how good they are at closing out games now. I mean, you look at the Reading team and the defence are shaped perfectly compared to Stoke, who I thought were all over the place. Any time that Reading were on the counter-attack, the midfield was the most open thing I'd ever seen. Like, there was no one there. Jeff Hendrick would have so much space to run into, but he wouldn't want to. Tom Ince had so much space to run, and he would run. Tyrese Forner had so much space, and he would run. Like, Reading had so much time to pick out passes and to be able to play long balls. And, I think that really is a detriment to Stoke. I think maybe they, were unorganised. I think they were a little bit unfit as well going into this fixture. And I think that really did show compared to Reading, who obviously press. So the win takes us to third in the table. And let's keep the good times going at the SCL. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you have all enjoyed it. My name's been James, and we'll see you all for the Reading Roundup coming out on Friday. We'll see you then, guys. Bye-bye.